You're not failing because you're not working hard. You're failing because no one gave you the blueprint. In America today, it's easier than ever to start a business. You can file an LLC on LegalZoom before lunch. Launch a product on Shopify by dinner. You can design a logo, open a Stripe account, and start charging in 24 hours. But here's the brutal truth. Starting is easy. Scaling is where 80% of US businesses quietly die. You've seen it. Maybe you've lived it. You hustle for clients. Stay up late editing. Juggle sales calls and support tickets. And still feel like you're barely breaking even. The reason? You're trying to build a company without a system. You're surviving on energy, not structure. And without a framework, your growth will collapse under its own weight. This isn't about motivation. This is about method. Because in 2024, the US economy is rewarding one thing: founders who operate like architects, not amateurs. This video will walk you through a 9-step business blueprint used by real entrepreneurs, from LA coaches to New York agency owners, who've gone from chaos to control, from burnout to buyback, from founder-led grind to founder-led freedom. If you've been looking for the missing piece, this is it. Let's get started. Most businesses in America don't fail because of a bad product. They fail because of a broken foundation. Let's kill a common myth. You didn't fail because your niche was too small. You didn't fail because you didn't believe in yourself. And you definitely didn't fail because you didn't hustle hard enough. The real reason? You tried to grow a business with no system. And you're not alone. Right now, in every city across the US, there's a founder refreshing their Stripe dashboard, watching invoices pile up, and wondering why this feels harder than a 9 to 5. They're overwhelmed, not because they're lazy, but because they were never taught how to build like an operator. Here's how it usually looks. You start fast. You land a few clients. Revenue trickles in. But then reality hits. You're running sales calls in the morning, fulfillment in the afternoon, and editing reels at midnight. You're switching tabs between Gmail, Trello, Google Sheets, and how to pay quarterly taxes. You think you have a marketing problem, but what you really have is a structure problem. And the market doesn't reward chaos. It rewards clarity. Look at any successful US business, from a Brooklyn-based boutique agency to a San Diego fitness coach scaling online. They all have something in common: systems. They know what drives revenue. They know what gets delegated. They know what gets tracked every week. If you don't, you're guessing. And guessing is what kills momentum. This is the hidden truth no one talks about on social media. 80% of businesses that die were never structurally sound to begin with. But here's the good news. You don't need to start over. You just need a framework that holds. And in a minute, I'll show you exactly what that looks like. You don't need more inspiration. You need a system. Right now, your business doesn't need another podcast episode, a Canva rebrand, or one more swipe file from a creator who doesn't know your market. You need a blueprint, a clear operating system that tells you what to build, what to measure, and what to ignore. That's what this series is for. Introducing the 9-step US Business Blueprint, a tactical, zero-fluff framework built for the real challenges of American founders in 2024. No hype. No magic funnels. Just what actually works in a saturated, distracted, hyper-competitive market. This system has helped a freelance web designer in Ohio go from $4,000 per month, $28,000 per month by fixing only steps 1, 3, and 4. A Brooklyn agency reduced client churn by 60% after implementing step 6. A fitness coach in San Diego cut admin time by 20 hours per week with step 7. Here's how it works. Step 1. Nail your business model. If you can't explain how your business makes money in one sentence, don't expect your customer to understand either. This step forces clarity. You'll define your offer, your ideal customer, your pricing logic, and your monetization path. Because if your model is fuzzy, your results will be too. Step 2. Design a structure that runs. Even if you're solo, you need structure. Not someday, now. You'll build a simple operating chart, define owner versus operator tasks, and stop wasting time on things that don't move revenue or delivery forward. This is how a course creator in Texas went from doing everything herself to hiring one assistant and gaining 12 hours per week back. Step 3. Build a finance system that breathes. You don't die from a lack of revenue. You die from poor cash flow. We'll show you how to set up a weekly cash tracker, use zero-based budgeting, create a 90-day runway buffer. This is the financial pulse of your company, and 90% of founders never track it until it's too late. Step 4. Engineer sales that convert. Hope is not a sales strategy. You'll install a repeatable process. Cold lead, warm conversation, closed deal. We'll give you proven DM scripts, a basic CRM setup, and CAC/LTV math you can track weekly. This is what turned a struggling coaching business in Arizona into a $20,000 per month predictable sales engine in under 90 days. Step 5. Build a marketing engine, not campaigns. Marketing isn't content. It's systems. We combine long-term trust, content, short-term conversion, ads, automated follow-up, email plus retargeting. You don't need 100K followers. You need the right message to the right person, at the right moment, with proof that you solve a painful, expensive problem. Step 6. Hire right, build culture that scales. Most founders hire too fast and fire too slow. You'll learn how to define outcomes before job titles. Build a culture of ownership, not tasks. Set up KPIs and comp plans that scale. This is how you stop being the bottleneck and start being the architect. Step 7. Automate operations. You're doing too much manually, and that's not sustainable. With tools like Notion, Zapier, and ClickUp, you'll automate onboarding, fulfillment, internal task routing, client reminders. Not to sound dramatic, but this step can buy back entire workdays each week. Step 8. Test, optimize, repeat. Scaling isn't guessing. You'll use A/B tests, customer interviews, offer experiments, traffic source validation. This is where growth becomes intentional, not accidental. Step 9. Rebuild before it breaks. Every system has a shelf life. Every 6 to 12 months, the best businesses step back and ask, does this still work for where we are now? If not, you redesign, reposition, restructure, and keep building forward. Because being successful isn't a one-time win. It's a pattern you install. That's the full system. 9 steps. No guesswork. No fluff. Just traction. In the next videos, we'll walk through each one, with examples, templates, and action steps you can implement the same day. This blueprint isn't just an idea. It's the difference between staying stuck and finally building a business that runs, even when you're not online. Ready for the real work? Let's move forward. You don't need another course. You need proof that this works. And I get it. There are a million frameworks out there, all promising the same thing: clarity, clients, cash. So here's the difference. This one wasn't built in theory. It was built in the trenches, by founders just like you. Like Matt, a freelance designer in Ohio who couldn't crack $5,000 per month. After applying just steps 1, 3, and 4, he built a streamlined service offer, fixed his cash leaks, and landed a retainer with a California SaaS startup. Within 90 days, he was closing $28,000 months, with less stress than ever. Or Serena, a wellness coach in San Diego who had burned out writing custom meal plans every week. Step 2 helped her restructure her delivery system. Step 7 gave her the automation to reclaim 15 hours a week. Now she runs 2 cohorts, serves double the clients, and has weekends off, for the first time in 3 years. Or Elijah, who ran a boutique branding agency in New York. His biggest problem wasn't leads, it was churn. Step 6 showed him how to hire better, build culture, and retain the team. He rebuilt his org chart, set up simple KPIs, and within 4 months his team was handling delivery without him micromanaging Slack at midnight. This system doesn't work because it sounds smart. It works because it forces decisions. It gives you structure where you had chaos, visibility where you had stress, and traction where you felt stuck. It turns your business from something that requires you to show up every day into something that works even when you take a step back. That's not a theory. That's the standard. If you're serious about building a business that earns, grows, and sustains, you won't find a better foundation than this. And in the next video, I'll show you how to start building it today. You've seen the system. The question now is, will you actually use it? Because let's be honest, you don't need more content. You need a plan that moves. And here's the reality most entrepreneurs avoid. Information isn't leverage. Execution is. So if you're done spinning your wheels, here's what to do next. Watch video 2, Nail Your Business Model or Die Trying. It's not just a catchy title. It's a warning. Because broken business models don't make money. They burn time. They drain energy. And they give you false hope until you crash. If you've ever struggled to explain what you do, if you've had leads go silent after hearing your pitch, if you've been busy but still not profitable, then this next step isn't optional. In video 2, I'll show you how to write a one-line offer that instantly makes sense to your market, how to build an offer around pain, not just features, and how to stress test your model fast before you waste 6 months building the wrong thing. This is the part where most founders fall apart, because they skip clarity and rush into content. But if you get this part right, everything else becomes easier. Sales, marketing, hiring, scale. So here's what I suggest. Don't binge the rest of the playlist. Don't move on until you've locked in this foundation. Hit play on video 2. Take notes. Make changes. This is where your business stops being a guessing game and starts becoming a machine. Let's build it right. If this hit home, do me a favor. Like the video, share it with one founder who needs to hear this, and drop a comment below telling me where you're at in your business journey. And if you want to follow the full blueprint, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. We're just getting started.